Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something truly profound, one of the most intelligent and carefully designed structures inside every one of us, the blood-brain barrier. We're going to look at it not just as a piece of anatomy, but as a sacred gate, a design of deep wisdom meant to protect the most precious space within us. And really, this idea is at the very heart of everything we're about to explore. It speaks to a system that isn't random or chaotic, but one that is lovingly crafted with a dual purpose: to protect and to nourish. Okay, so let's gently dive in. The best way to understand this incredible structure is to think of it as a protective wall, maybe even like a temple veil, separating the sacred inner chamber of the brain from the busy, sometimes chaotic world of our bloodstream. So, what's really crucial to understand here is that this isn't just a wall. It's a living, intelligent border. Its entire purpose is to maintain a pure, peaceful environment for your brain to thrive. And it's making decisions moment by moment about what is allowed to cross into that protected space. And this protective wall isn't just one simple layer. It's an amazingly sophisticated four-part defense system. First, you've got these incredibly strong glue proteins that literally lock the cells together so tightly that almost nothing can sneak past. Then you have these active pumps, like tiny bouncers, that physically grab and eject anything harmful that doesn't belong. Adding another layer, you have these beautiful star-shaped brain cells that wrap their feet around the vessels, like a gentle hug of security. And finally, the membrane itself is intelligent, with special doorways that only open for welcome guests. And this is where it gets really beautiful. This gate has a dual function. It's not just about keeping things out, it's about very carefully, very lovingly letting the right things in. It's a gatekeeper that truly knows the difference between an honored guest and an intruder. And the distinction is just so clear, isn't it? On one side, you have the welcomed guests, essential nourishment like omega-3 fats, the very fuel of life like glucose and oxygen. And on the other side, the intruders. It is designed to block heavy metals, viruses, and potent substances that could disturb the brain's delicate peace. Now, this is so important to really feel into. Nutrients don't just force their way through, they are escorted. Imagine an omega-3 fatty acid arriving in the bloodstream. A special protein shuttle recognizes it, gently takes it by the hand, and personally carries it across the wall to exactly where it's needed most. It's an invitation, you see, not a break-in. It's a pure act of nourishment. But what happens when this perfectly designed gate becomes damaged? What happens when that protective veil is torn and the barrier becomes leaky? Well, this is when the brain, our most sacred space, becomes vulnerable. And the things that weaken this sacred wall, well, they're often elements of our modern life. A diet high in sugar, a chronic lack of deep sleep, constant underlying stress. These all create a kind of inflammation that can poke tiny holes in the barrier. And of course, certain substances are particularly harsh, creating leaks that allow intruders to walk right through. It's the most important question, really. When that gatekeeper is overwhelmed and the gate is left open, what are the consequences for the peaceful sanctuary inside? When that barrier is breached, inflammatory particles can just flood into the brain. And inside, the brain's own gentle immune cells, which are meant to be cleaners, can become confused and distressed. Instead of cleaning, they can become aggressive, attacking healthy tissue. It's a devastating violation of that sacred space. But here is the most important part of this story. There is always hope. This is not a story of permanent damage. This beautiful barrier can be repaired. We can actively participate in restoring this protective wall and bringing peace back to the entire system. And the building blocks for that repair, well, they're found all around us in nature. Omega-3s help to rebuild the very membrane of the wall. Vitamin D is like the mortar that holds the bricks together. Magnesium offers gentle support. And powerful compounds from plants, like curcumin or those found in celery, can actively help tighten those junctions and seal the leaks. And the body's capacity to heal can be just breathtaking. Take this for example. In one study, just 2 weeks of daily celery juice was connected to a 38% drop in markers of a leaky barrier. That is a truly significant improvement in such a short time. It just shows how responsive our bodies are to these gentle, loving interventions. And of course, beyond specific nutrients, our daily habits are fundamental acts of protection. Deep, quality sleep, for example, is when the brain's special cleaning crew comes in and gently washes away waste products. Simple movement helps circulation, and avoiding things that we know cause inflammation just gives the barrier the peaceful space it needs to heal and grow strong again. These are small, daily acts of care that truly honor and protect the sacred space within your brain. Just a few minutes of sunlight on your skin to help create that sealing vitamin D. A single clove of garlic to support your gut, which is in constant communication with your brain. The ancient practice of inhaling frankincense to calm inflammation. A spoonful of raw honey, known for its healing properties. And even a moment of real, heartfelt laughter, which sends a wave of peace and safety through your entire nervous system. These are all small, but profoundly loving acts for yourself. And so we end here, with this beautiful understanding that caring for this barrier is a sacred act. Through our gentle, consistent care, we can help ensure that this sacred gate remains strong, protecting the peace within. The gate holds.